Hi guys, today for dinner I will be showing you how to make a lasagna from scratch. Now we are going to do everything ourselves, from the tomato sauce to the bechamel sauce. Everything we will make ourselves. So to start with, we need the mincemeat, we need tinned tomatoes, and then I've got all my seasonings. So for example, I've got the garlic, I've got the black pepper, stock cube, beef stock cube, bay leaves to put in there, herbs, garlic seasoning. I've also got the lemon and pepper one. I've got the aromat, or if you don't have aromat, you can always use salt, just plain salt, that's fine as well. And also I've got here some Italian seasoning. Now, for the actual bechamel sauce, which is the white creamy sauce that goes in the layers of the lasagna, what you need for that is milk. Doesn't matter if it's blue top, green top, anything. So full fat, half fat, it doesn't matter. Also, you need plain flour, or you could use self-raising, it doesn't really matter, and butter. And then of course we've got the lasagna sheets that go in between the lasagna, and also we've got the cheese to go on the top. Now I'm going to start putting it all together and showing you how I make it. Oh, and also, sorry, I forgot to say, I've already cut up some onions and some garlic as well. Okay, so in this pan I added some oil, and then I put the mincemeat in there just to brown off. Once that's brown, then we're going to start adding all the seasonings and the onions and the tomatoes as well. Okay, now that's started to brown off, so I'm going to add in the onions, just like that. And also we're going to add the garlic in as well. Okay, so we're going to give that a stir. And then to that, I'm going to start adding all my seasonings. So I'm going to add a little bit of this one, which is the green seasoning. Add a bit of that. I'm going to put some of the black peppercorns. You can add as much or as little as you like. As I said before, it's all to do with taste. If you know what you and your family's taste buds are like, then you can adjust it accordingly. But I know that I always over season, they always enjoy it, so I'm just going to continue doing that. So I add quite a bit, but it's up to you if you want to add a lot or not. So I've put the aromat. As I said, you can put salt if you don't have any. It's entirely your choice. I'm going to put some garlic granules now as well. And I'll put a little bit of the Italian seasoning as well. And one last thing that I'm going to add is a stock cube, and then I'm going to leave that to simmer down. And also I will add after some tins of tomato as well, so everything can just simmer down nicely. But first I'm going to give this a stir. Stir everything in like that. I mean, already, even though it's not as we want it, you can already smell the spices and herbs, and it smells really nice, to be honest. So now I'm going to open the cans of tomato. Now I'm using 2 cans of tomatoes, which should be fine. So I'm going to add that in there. And I'm going to add the second can now. And then we're just going to give this a stir. If you like it more tomatoey, then you can add another tin of tomato. But what I find is that once you let this simmer down, it actually does become a lot more juicy. So I'm just putting 2 for now. If I think that I need another one or another half a tin, then I'll add it in afterwards. Okay, so this has been simmering for a while now, and as you can see, it does look a lot more saucy than it was before. It looks really good actually, really rich and nice. The only thing that I added to it, I did put the extra tin of tomatoes, and also I added a bay leaf, or 2 bay leaves in there as well, because it gives it an extra flavour. So I'm going to leave that there, just simmering away still. And now I'm going to start making the bechamel sauce. Now for that, as I said before, it was milk, flour and butter. So the first step to do is to heat the milk. Now it's easier to just heat it in the microwave. So I'm pouring this the milk into this bowl. I pour quite a bit of milk. It depends how much sauce you're making, how much lasagna you're making as well, but this is a good amount. So I'm going to put this into the microwave. Okay, so now the milk is in the microwave heating up, and I'm going to start preparing the sauce. So what I've done is I've literally just bought a block of butter and I've cut it just a little bit under half, and I'm just putting that in the pan so that can melt away. Okay. As you can see, the butter is literally melted now. There's a few little pieces in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some flour in the pan, like that. The flour literally thickens the sauce. So now I'm mixing that around. That's the butter and the flour mix. And it becomes, I think they call it a roux. So there you go. That is the butter and the flour there. Actually, I'll just put a tad more flour. That should be enough now. And I'm just going to keep on stirring that because the heat is on and we don't want it to stick to the bottom or anything. As you can see, it's starting to thicken up. So to that now, I'm going to add some milk. Now the milk's finished boiling, it's very, very hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to literally take it cup by cup until the bowl gets, until it gets less milk. And I'm going to stick it into the pan. Trust me, it's not going to look like that much longer. There you go. So I've put some in. Now I've got a hand whisk here. You could probably do it by hand, but I choose to use this so I get an even. Oops, it's not on. And what we do is we just whisk it like this. And as you can see, it's starting to get thick now, isn't it? What we do is we add some more milk. Like that. Ooh, spilling milk all over the place. And just keep stirring. And that is how you make a white sauce. To taste, you'll just put a little tad of salt, a pinch of salt, a little bit of black pepper, and that's fine. That is the white sauce. Okay, so now the sauce is done, the bechamel sauce is also done. So now I'm just going to concoct it really and put it all together. So what we do is we put a layer of the sauce first. You can use whatever size pan you want. If you want to make a small portion of it, use a small pan. If you want to make a bigger portion, then use a bigger pan. It's entirely your choice. But as I'm feeding 6 here, so we need it to be a certain size.
You always put the meat first as well, isn't it?
Yeah, always put the meat first. Kind of spread it all over like so.
Is there a minimum or maximum quantity you put, or just spreading?
Just spread it over really to fill the bottom. I mean, like I said, it depends on the size of pan you've got. If you've got a smaller pan, then of course you won't use as much. So now what we do is we get our lasagna sheets. I've just got these ones, but you can use any lasagna sheets. And what we do is we layer the sheets over just like that really. Like that. And sometimes you get all this space at the end. What I do is I kind of rip them in half. It comes out like that, so sometimes it doesn't always rip properly, but we just try our best anyway.
And just cover it.
Yeah, literally. Because you're not going to see that once you're eating it or anything like that. So just do that. Or you could put another sheet, but I always worry that it'll be too thick. So that's why I just break it like that. So once we've done that, I'll put these bits away. Oh, that's fine. Once we've done that, what I'm going to do is get the bechamel sauce now. I'm going to get that, and
you put the meat in there, or?
No, we put the meat on after again. Oh, let me put the spoon down. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it over. And then we'll kind of spread it around like that, right into the corners as well. Just like that. And then we're going to literally do the same thing again to make another layer. And then on the top, we're going to put the cheese. So now we've put the bechamel sauce over that bit there. So I'm going to get the rest of the sauce here. And I'm going to literally just spoon it on and try and cover the whole thing again. Sometimes you find that you're kind of running out of meat, but just try and make it spread as best as you can. Okay, so I've just put the last layer of the bechamel sauce on there. So if you remember, it was 2 layers, the meat, the lasagna, and then the bechamel sauce, and we did that ×2. Some people do it ×3, but I find that ×2 is fine anyway. So now what I'm going to do is...
And the bechamel sauce is your own?
Yeah, some people buy it from the supermarket, and I used to do that as well, but I found that making it doesn't take that long. And to be honest, all the ingredients that you need, they're just staple store cupboard ingredients, just flour, butter and milk. So now what you do on the top, just sprinkle some grated cheese over the top of it. You can put as much or as little as you like, but we like cheese, so we put quite a bit on there. And also it gives it a nice melted cheesy layer, which is really, really nice. Okay, so the cheese is all over the top now. I'm going to put it in the oven for about 180 degrees, or maybe even less. It depends. If you've got something that you need to be getting on with while you're waiting for it to cook, put it in on a lower heat so it gives you time to do what you're doing. But I'm going to put it in between 160 and 180, and I will cook that until the cheese on top melts and goes a kind of golden brown colour. Then you know that it's ready. So there you go, that is the lasagna all finished, and I will serve that with a salad, or you could serve it with garlic bread, whatever you feel like doing, it's fine. So this, all in all, an hour to make, quick, easy and delicious. So if you like it, please like and subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell as well. Thank you.